What a start. Now, the intensity of this particular location in the game is pretty hard to describe after the fact. And again, the commentary during the fact was a bit closer to, gibberish than anything else. Because of the intensity, of course. But, well, it's not very apparent right now, but shortly enough, there ends up being so many enemies, and so many bullets flying past your head, and hell, even a strider or two shows up to join the party. Absolute fucking insanity and madness. Yet somehow they managed to pull it off without making it frustrating. Oh, very, very nice of that grenade to conveniently blast that health kit right over to me. I don't think I really noticed that while playing and doing the live comm. And here I remember remarking about how strange the lighting in this room is. Like, they've got to set it up all nice, but they forgot to put the object, the entity in there that would cast the light. Don't really know why that is. Anyway, he died, I think I only died once, maybe twice. Either way, cut it out as usual. Trying to do some long-range fighting. It honestly doesn't feel quite as intense watching it back, but playing this, especially in hard, it's insanity. Just running down here to swap weapons in safety. For some reason I go with the submachine gun here, even though it clearly is not a very good weapon. Turn off my TV. It distracted me with cold case and whatnot. Had the audio off, so thankfully the commentary track audio isn't going to be ruined. But whatever, that's obvious enough. A little bit too far to the left with that grenade there. Sadly, I probably would have taken that guy out fairly easily. Just barely dodging that explosion. Holy shit. You do get a pretty fairly constant stream of rebel reinforcements in this area. There's just a significant amount of delay between when your last set dies and when the next set slowly trickles in. Which is good, because if they came in too quickly, this part would be far too easy. It would just kind of kill the fun of it. I'm not sure why I didn't fire at that one there, or at least throw a grenade. Here I'm just kind of jumping back looking for supplies or whatnot. Getting thwarted by a small thing. Probably should have cut this part out, but I missed it during the editing half of this, and hell, it's fine. This little segment's only going to be about 20 minutes anyway, saving the bulk of the finality of the recording for the finale. We're trying to take these guys out of range. Clearly it works a lot better with the revolver than it does with the AR-1, or no, AR-2, that's what, no, that's the model name. The Combine Assault Rifle, I always mix this up because I keep thinking of, spawning NPCs in Gary's mod. Just trying to get all my gear sorted here before making a push up ahead. Now, this part is fairly easy to deal with, since you can just kind of sit back here, duck every once in a while, and you're more or less safe from everything. I had some troubles taking out that elite. I guess my aim was off. It's hard to tell at this preview resolution, but hell, it was hard to tell when I was playing itself. Thankfully, that guy's a lot more easily dispatched. A few more Combine keep showing up before it's time to head on up. Another big batch of supplies and loads of health. Here I remember kind of sort of smugly mentioning, hey, I must not have been or done too badly here. I didn't need to use a whole lot of supplies. And of course I completely ruin any semblance of that by running upstairs with the gravity gun out and pulling out a grenade instead of a gun. But hey, how entertaining would something be if the player didn't do something stupid every once in a while? Probably not very non-entertaining. Nah. Okay, I believe here I'm just topping off my health. I'm pretty sure the suit thing... No, it still had some power left, but I think I'm just right then used up the last of it. Now, there's another infinite rocket box over here to help you take care of the Striders. And I do believe there are multiple of them, multiple ones in this area. At least 2. Getting a little impatient with the box there, as you can probably tell by the use button spam. Thankfully, the Striders don't seem to be very dangerous in this area. I say as one completely destroys up the wall behind me. And it looks like it is... For some reason I thought it destroyed the stairway down by this point. It's strange. Yeah, the Striders don't feel too dangerous in this little area. Largely because, you know, their accuracy seems pretty terrible compared to the previous fights with them. Unless, of course, you know, their target is Rebel AI, in which case they'll annihilate them with utmost speed. As if the intensity in real time wasn't bad enough, here I am at 12 health, trying to finish off a Strider with no help. Yeah, I didn't really notice it at the time of playing, but okay, by the way, I just kind of cut out healing up and shooting some Combine on the rooftops. Nothing interesting. Yeah, I didn't notice it while playing, but for some reason that little bit of music that played when, you know, the final Strider was taken down kind of reminded me of the Left 4 Dead. Maybe the same sound fonts. Of course, at this point I was trying to, you know, relax after that intense fight there with some nice relaxing sniping, but apparently I figured, hey, why not just fall off the roof and break my legs? That'll be relaxing. Seems clear right now, but that's definitely not the case. Of course, Dog proves himself to be
crashing through the plaza, knocking over walls, and I think he's looking for Alex. He seems to have it set in his head that she's in the Citadel. I figured Alex wouldn't want him getting any deeper in trouble, but hell, you try stopping him.
Yeah, as I was saying, Dog was a little useless there, completely missing everything with the car, but what can you do?
Hey, Dog! Not there! You can't get through that way! Well, I'll be damned. I think he wants you to go through, Gordon. You'd better hurry.
Fun fact, that actually isn't censored at all. You know, I'll have to dig through the files, but according to the wiki at least, the actual voice file there isn't censored at all. It's just, you know, convenient sound effects. Oh, looks like I forgot to cut out a loading screen as well. Brilliant. That's fine, it's not a very long one. Our benefactors are about to get their asses handed to them. Now we're about to enter the Citadel here, and what better way to handle that than doing a little platforming section. Kinda missed this since the first game in its expansions. Don't really see a whole lot of platforming in the second one. It's a shame, really. Putting it every once in a while actually adds a little bit of a variety to the shooter. Now, coming up here, I'm trying to do a little bit of a, what I did in the Halo playthrough. Take a look down a very long corridor and, show off the atmosphere of the location, despite the color banding of the fog, and, well, you can clearly see how well that went. I think it was around here that I actually remarked in the live-com version about the color banding on the fog. Definitely not ideal, and I don't know why they handled it that way. I remember seeing it in the Orange Box version, or Xbox Orange Box version, and I thought that was just, one of the ways that they killed the graphics to run smoothly on that crappy piece of hardware. And clearly you don't want to go on that little section. Bzz. However, unfortunately, there's very little choice. All you can really do from here is get into the one of the prisoner transports. Also, that texture looks fucking abysmal. I've got maximum texture resolution, and even for 2004, that texture looked terrible. But yeah, all you can do is get into the prisoner transport. Preferably the one without the, shocking instant death trap. And here I'm going to shut up for a moment, possibly to some people's delights, to allow the atmosphere to sink in. Oh man, they even took the crowbar. Conveniently, though.
So, this is Dr. Freeman. At last. I wish I could say this was a pleasant surprise, but it's neither a surprise nor, as you will surely agree, very pleasant. Well, I am nothing if not pragmatic.
You're a moron, more like. Conveniently, these chargers, for some reason at this point in the game, boost your shield to 200 and somehow start actually healing your health. There's no real explanation for it, but it's useful. I suppose one can infer that, much like the gravity gun, that weapon containment field sort of thing had messed with the electronics temporarily. Did something in it to tweak the systems, make it heal you and have more power reserves.
Under other circumstances, I like to think we might have been able to work together in an atmosphere of mutual trust and respect. Certainly, judging from your brief tenure at Black Mesa while I was its administrator, you showed every promise of becoming a valuable and productive contributor to the scientific process. And yet, I'm not sure what spurred you to it. But there is really no place in this enterprise for a rogue physicist.
Your opinion means nothing. I decided to have a little fun in this area. You know, it's fun to throw the bodies around and watch them just kind of float around. You actually get an achievement if you vaporize 15 bodies in, you know, little energy fields like what's in the middle of that part there, but I didn't manage to accomplish that because I misinterpreted it, because I didn't bother to open up the in-game community and actually take a look. In particular, I misinterpreted it as, you know, hit 15 of them with these little combine balls. What a shame. But it doesn't matter too much. At any rate, the little combine balls in these generators can prove pretty useful as weapons, you know, whenever the gravity gun decides it wants to actually, you know, grab one of them.